There's another big player that's arrived in the Australian TV streaming space. You can't afford them all, which means you need to find a comparison. The latest entry is Binge, a spin-off to the mighty pay TV service Foxtel. So, is it any good? With so many players in the market, Binge really needed to stand out, and it does. As a sister product to Foxtel, it's owned by News Corp, and it gets all the access to the same exclusive rights that Foxtel does. What Binge does then is leverage those exclusive rights to do full box sets of some of the best TV shows that have ever been made. That means you get every single episode and every single season, allowing you to really kick back and enjoy this entire experience. Now, Foxtel has the exclusive rights to a lot of major studios around the world. This includes FX, BBC, ITV, NBC Universal, CBS, but the jewel in the crown is absolutely HBO. Being able to sit back and enjoy entire box sets of the best TV shows from HBO is worth the price of admission alone. Then around that box set content, there is a surprisingly large amount of additional content. We're talking reality TV shows, lifestyle programming, documentaries, and also on top of that, there's some live channels streaming directly from Foxtel themselves. I think there's about 15 channels you can actually just watch that are streaming live on Foxtel that you can watch through the Binge app. If there is a weakness, there's not too much in kids programming. So if you are into kids TV shows, if you've got a young family, then you might find yourself a little bit on the downside there. There are some kids movies, but there's not too much kids TV. When it comes to unique features, Binge has 3 that it is pushing. It's got Binge Centers, which are effectively hub pages where you can go and see all the content that's involved with a series. That could be multiple seasons, could also be making of documentaries and interviews with the cast. These are a pretty cool way of searching through the UI and a fun place to go and just really see what you're going to be able to digest if you go for a giant binge. There's the Binge List, which is the second feature, which is effectively just a wish list. However, it is quite nice that you can have multiple series there on the run at any time, and you can just go to that center or go to the Binge List and just choose which one you want to continue with, and it'll begin exactly where you left off no matter what device you're on. That's a pretty cool feature. More fun is the third Surprise Me feature, which is just driven by the AI and allows you to just press a button and it will choose for you what it thinks you're going to like based on your previous programming. This will get better over time as you spend more time with Binge and it learns more about you and your profile that you've set up. It's a cool feature, but it's only available on PC and Mac with browsers and on Telstra TV at launch. I can't wait till they add it to some of the other devices. When it comes to price, Binge's middle plan, a standard plan, $14 a month, is pretty much on par with what you'd expect to pay with Stan and Netflix, and is good value at that price. The $18 premium plan is a bit of a kick in the guts because it doesn't have 4K and it doesn't have Dolby Atmos, which is what we expect at that price range. There's an SD plan as well, but who cares about that really? There are cheaper options available out there, especially for families with young children. Disney Plus is only $7.99 a month and is probably a better option if you have young'uns running around the house. If you don't really care what you're watching, you just want lots of content, then Amazon Prime at $6.99 a month is probably a good option. But you're not going to get the same quality of programming you are getting with HBO and the other exclusive rights that are offered through Binge. The overall Binge experience is really good for a launch product. It's built off the same technology as KO Sports, which won awards for how good its user experience was. We have noticed a couple of gremlins. Occasionally you'll go to a hub page and there's just no content there, or there's a season missing here or there. But I can deal with those types of issues this early on in the release, especially as Binge was raced forward to capitalise on the demand required by COVID isolation. So we can cop that. There are some accessibility concerns, however, native smart TV support and video game support is missing at launch, and there's no timeline for when these may arrive. That is sorely missed. Binge is a great option for families with teenage kids and up, and those who are Foxtel downsizing. There is definitely room for improvement, but as a launch title, we're really impressed with how well it stands up and the content that's available. In fact, the content is really incredible and far beyond what we were originally expecting when Project Aries, as it was a Binge was originally called, was first revealed. We were expecting just the drama pack from Foxtel packaged into a nice little sexy app, but the movies and the additional content and even the live channels pushes it far beyond that and makes it really good bang for buck. In the end, binging has never felt so good, and Binge, the product, stands shoulder to shoulder with the best services in the streaming TV market in Australia and is well worth considering and well worth your money.